Hello everyone. I was thinking what I would show you this Sunday, and then I realized I haven't been talking about my bird plants for a long time. So why not take a look at them, how they are doing. Well, there's also Alocasias. I put them into the same, so technically, yeah, all these that you see. So there's Alocasias, Marantha, Stromanthe, Alocasia, and yeah, I'll tell you all the names when I go them one by one, but general view of these plants, how I've been working around how to take care of them. I've been having these for past one and a half year. So let's start with I think we could start with these here. They don't look that nice, but I'll explain to you what's happened with them. So yeah, I might have take a look if I can find the pictures to put in between, so I'm pausing and then I'm going to talk to you more about it. But I think we go with that idea, that first picture, then I'll show what they are doing now. Just a second, I'll be back. So here are the Calatheas. I'll take a look at them in groups sometimes, because I think it's just easier to handle and this won't get too long. So Calathea Maui queen is this one over here, and then Calathea Misto is this one on the right. So both of them look really rough, and that's because they have reside on kitchen window, which I usually tend to forget to check, and these are supposed to have more than once a week the watering, because they are growing so fast. So I haven't kept up with them. I think well, I have been leaving some water in the pot to just prevent this to happen, but because they love it so much in the kitchen window, it's the north facing window, so I don't want to move them. So anyway, I cannot even enjoy them. That's actually the first time I actually see how they look, although I do see them when I come in, but yeah, it's like I never look. So Calathea Maui queen and this Misto, they have had at one point last year really huge amount of, I think it was thrips. I assume it was that one. So I took them off from the pots, put some, I actually had to put some buckkill. There's this sticks that you stick into the soil, because it was so bad that I was worried that I would lose it completely. So I used this, basically the plant is taking in all the oh wait, I feel like I forgot the it's systemic pesticide or something like similar. So anyway, it's something which we commonly get here in Finland, and it's for the decorative plants or ornamental plants, which is the correct term for it. So these two, they have bounced back. So if you look at the bottom part of the leaves, these are the ones which have grown now. So it's bit by bit they are growing new sections on that long stem, which you can see where the leaves are. So they grow one at top of each other, so there is like multiple leaves from same growing point. And these ones are the first ones which I got after the thrips had gone, but because I messed up with the watering, you can see that they don't look that good. I have given them this spray which I do with soap and or mixed with water, and there is there is some sort of oil in it, so like 1 milliliter. So I'm usually spraying them every now and then because they are so easy to getting thrips, and if thrips is in your environment, they are there. So I have to keep on spraying them. So that's why they are so glossy, the leaves, if you are wondering. I sprayed them yesterday. But yeah, but this dryness of the leaves and all, it's completely me. They are doing fine. It's me who has missed with the watering. Just a second. I'll try to actually show you how this is growing. Hold on a second. Sorry about that. So if you can see there, so the leaves are coming from this stem and they curled up. So it's like growing one leaf at a time. So at some point I'll be getting more up here. So I'll try to keep up with the watering. So this was the Maui Queen. A really beautiful foliage. And I really like it. Though I don't like it when it's this complicated. If you're wondering why I have this stake here, it's because of when they... Just a second, I'll put this off because it's really heavy. Okay, there, easier now. Woo. So basically, the reason why I have those stakes in there, if you look at, here, you can see that I have a string attached to the stem of the leaf and to the stake, and that's because when they haven't got enough water and they start drooping, if I don't stake them, they'll lose the leaves. I don't know why it is, why it works, but every time I have missed my watering and these are like completely down, for some odd reason, if I hadn't done that staking, I actually lost 2 Calatheas because of that. I didn't stake them, so they just died away. They didn't have the energy to pump up the water into the system so that they get perked and nice. So it takes a while, and you can actually see when they can actually handle the weight themselves of the leaves. So it's easier that way to actually keep the plant going, even though you have done boo-boo. But yeah, I'll show you a close-up of the Misto as well. What would I... There. So here's the Misto. As you can see, the leaves are looking nice. There is new ones coming in right about there behind, and that's the stake that I'm holding up these two. I just had staked it for not a long time ago. So yeah, sorry, it was a bit too dark. I really like the leaves. Okay, hopefully you actually could see something. It's a bit, I have some issues with my mobile phone, so, and my editing system is in my laptop, so I'm using laptop to record this. So that's why it's a bit tricky to show you. I cannot move the laptop or it's shaking all the time, so bear with me. So these were the 2 Calatheas. Next one. Hey, this is my second Triostar which I have. It took me 3 dead Calathea or prayer plants to actually get the idea how I should like keep them. So I recently reported it. That's why it's in that color pot, because it's my orchid pots. That was the only one that size at the time being, which was free, so I just used it. So what should I say? What should I say about this one? Yeah, it's I could show you this. So I have a moisture meter, which is actually the only reason why I'm able to actually keep them going. So if you look at it, it has dry and moist and wet there. So approximately between 4 and 5, when it's around 4 or less than 5, I water my prayer plants, or these plants which are really thirsty. So in my environment, the reason it's because if they don't get enough water, they'll just die. So this is the only way to actually keep up with them. So if I let them go dry, you saw my Calathea, how they look like. That's the result, what you get when you are, not watering them on time. So if you can see that white marking, it used to be a whitish variegation. I think I had too low humidity there at that point. So as you can see, some of the leaves are completely looking nice and all. You can actually get them looking really perfect if you just keep up with the humidity, but because I don't have currently anything to measure the humidity, so it's varying, and I forgot to fill up the humidifier. How do you pronounce? So basically I forgot this, and this is the result, and yeah, it's balancing act. But let me get closer to see how this thing is going. Just a sec. So as you can see, it's growing new leaves. There is coming something new. So it's the same growth pattern which was with these two previous ones. It has lovely undertone of the leaves. If this could actually focus. It's not focusing on the plant for some reason. No. Yeah, so you can see the undertone. It's nice. And there is coming new leaf, and I'm dropping the media everywhere. And as you can see, it has sort of rhizome, which is it's growing from. That's an older leaf. That's why it's not functioning, because when I bought it, it started, well, it didn't like to be moved from the shop to my environment, and some of the leaves stopped doing that up and down, which is the prayer plant name comes from. So it stayed downwards, and yeah, I'm waiting it to actually die back. But yeah, let me get this back so I can actually continue. It's a heavy plant. So basically it came to me, it sulked like half a year, then it started to growing new leaves. It lost all the leaves which had variegation, or at least a bit more. You can actually see there is almost green leaf back there, that one. So all those leaves were, it just kept, and so it took it like half a year to acclimatize to my environment, and then it started pushing out new leaves. And this summer I thought it was good time to actually change the media, so now I have changed it. So yeah, it's growing. I'm hoping that pot would accommodate that plant for at least half a year. It's getting dappled light underneath my orchid pots, so basically it's not getting full light from the grow light, so it's underneath the orchids in my shelf, and it's next to the humidifier to keep the leaves going strong and looking beautiful. As you can see, that one, this one here, it's looking really nice, and the variegation is like, you can actually see it, and it hasn't got that crispy yet. I need to turn on the humidifier again. But yeah, that was Stromanthe Triostar, which is quite iconic one, I believe. Okay, editing me. I was making this video, or trying to attach or make it as one whole video, so I was editing this. Oh gosh, I really don't know how to speak. I was listening to myself, and I feel like I'm sounding really like this Mika Häkkinen Finnish, so it's horrible, some of my English pronunciations. I forgot to. It's more about how I'm using my tongue when I'm pronouncing, especially if there is T. So T as the the alphabet. Okay, sorry, I'm shaking a bit. I shouldn't be explaining that that much with my hand. But this one I forgot. So this is one of my prayer plants, and it was one of those which was attacked with by the thrips, and now it's looking much better. I actually had like maybe 2-3 leaves left at one point. Okay, I'll keep it still. Sorry, camera. I just made this video really fast so I could actually add it there, but yeah. Okay, don't explain with your hands. So, as you can see, there is curling some new leaves behind. I'm not bringing it forward because you are going to see in the next clip close up of the leaves and all. This one is one of those which are going to go all the way down and just drop their leaves if they don't get enough moisture. That's why there is, if you look at the pot down there, you can actually see there is a string attached. So that's actually one which was holding it up at one point when I forgot to water these. This is one of those which is residing in on my kitchen windowsill. So yeah. Let me get you the name because I cannot remember it. Just a sec. So it's Calathea Picturata Argentea. Argentea. It's really complicated to pronounce, but I'll use the Finnish way. So there you go. Check it out. Picturata or Picturata, which way you want to pronounce it. But yeah, it's one of those which I really love it. It's in the name. It's really picturesque, I would say, and it's almost like an art for what you have someone has made. And this is one of those plants that whenever I see it, I fell in love with it again. But yeah, this is about it, and next I'm going to show you the thing which I forgot, and I remembered now when I was editing this, so be back, don't worry. Oh, I almost forgot. If you see that funny looking part, if I can get it to focus, so it's here, this one, I think it was inflorescence. So this one has actually bloomed, but that's understandable because the size is like, I think it's like 70 centimeters, so no, 50 more like, yeah. So it's doing fab. Just wanted to pop it out there. Sorry about the lighting, it's the sun, I cannot help it. And my laptop is like, really don't like how the sun is like doing different things, so yeah. These two lovelies. Oh, I'm missing two. Just a second. Wait. Babies. We have babies, as you can see. So yeah, I totally forgot that I had those. So these two were actually, I bought them last November, I think, from the flower shop. I took this one because it was pushing out new leaves. Well, it was one plant which I bought, and I actually got discount because the leaves were a bit like, didn't look that great because it was kind of cold there, so they hadn't liked that so much. But yeah, it's Alocasia seems to be a bit unruly, and you can actually get the leaves to grow different direction if you put, for example, if you put the light up above, so they grow a bit more like upwards. That way it looks more, not much more nicer. But because I haven't decided where I want them to be, I haven't actually attached any lights above them, and they are residing next to the window. Yes, in Finland, it's not southern part of Finland. Just check the Helsinki time how much light they are getting, but they are getting southern facing window. They touch the window, and still you cannot see anything like wrong with the leaves or anything like that. I recently reported this because if you can see, this one was mighty big leaf, but then it grew these two which were smaller, and it's because the roots weren't getting that much, they didn't have that much room. So if your Alocasia starts to growing smaller leaves, upsize the pot. That's my advice. Well, let's see how the next leaf is going to be growing. And yeah, what else? This one doesn't look that good. It was because of I had to repot it just now, and the leaf didn't like it. So it's Alocasia. They don't like things. They drop leaves. But yeah, I think I have, in that bigger one, I have 5 leaves altogether, and the smaller one has 4. And I believe the bigger one actually has 1 new leaf coming up, and it just flowered a few weeks ago. So they can stand, and I repotted it while it was flowering, so they can stand a much. So it's only thing that you need to think about with Alocasias is the watering. And these I let go completely dry. So when it goes to dry side of the moisture meter, I watered these, not before that, because they have this tuberous thing inside of them. And if you water them too much, they just start to, yeah, they just melt away. So it's not a good idea. And they need loads of light, at least here in Finland. I don't know about other countries, you have to try. For example, this one, it doesn't look that good because it was underneath the grow light, like my Stromanthe Triostar. So after I have now moved into next to the window because it didn't get enough light. So please, with Alocasias, give them light. So these little things, I had actually them, oh wait, lighting is off. Oh dear. Yeah, now you can see. Sorry about that. So I cannot focus on them. I'll show you just a second. Let's start with this one because it's the smallest and I'm able to actually handle it better. So yeah, so these I kept originally in my paludarium, but it was way too moist for it. It was good when it was only 1 or 2 leaves, but at some point I noticed that every time it grew new leaf, it dropped the old one. So that indicated to me that it's something is off, and it wasn't light because it wasn't burning. That's only because of its old leaf, so it's the oldest leaf in here and it's going off. So yeah, so I moved it into here, into where the Stromanthe is, but then I realized it needs more light, so I put it next to my Venus flytraps. So now it's doing quite nice, pushing out new leaves. That one is. This one, I think it's losing this leaf because I kept it way too long in lower light condition. First it was way too humid, then it was way too wet, and then it was way too dark. So now I'm playing with that one. So I'm hoping to get it bounced back. That's why it's like pushing out some water from the stem because it's trying to balance the pressure of the water. So yeah, here's actually 2 of them. Anyone wants to have small Alocasia cuprea? Did I actually mention this? Sorry if I didn't. Just a second, I'll show you the big ones if I can actually hold them. Okay. The light is off. It cannot handle because the light comes in funny angle and it's trying to balance it so that you can actually see the leaves. So you can see that leaf, this one here. It's actually a bigger one than this one. So it's starting to bounce back because that leaf is not yet fully open. So already I can see that putting it into a bigger pot was well worth it. There you can see the bloom, it's fading away. I have staked it, so in order to actually have some sort of something to keep it upright. So wait a second now. So the reason why I've staked it from the stem is that to keep it upright and give it some sort of support, because I could see that it could actually have these aerial roots coming from the stem. I'll try to see if I can show you, but yeah, it's like, you can see that it's a similar thing as with monsteras. So they have these nubbins which could become actually aerial roots. So that's why I have that stake, so that it can actually grow bigger leaves in order to look more lush. So yeah, wait a second, I'll show you. Okay, it's right over there, but it has wilted off, so I'm not sure if it's going to do anything anymore. There you can see new leaf coming in here. So yeah, 6 leaves and flowering and keeping the leaves. And then there is this one, which hasn't been in that good light. The latest leaf is this smaller one, which was coming up. It was that small because it was underneath the shelf unit, and it's not looking as good as the other one. So it was this is like going to the gym. So it was my experiment to try to see what sort of light condition these Alocasias, well, at least cuprea, needs. So really just follow the signs that the plant is giving you. The leaf size, is it dropping down leaves, previous one when the new one is coming? Are you giving it enough light? Are you giving it at the right time, the watering, or are you doing the watering at the right time? Is it like, it's not that finicky about the humidity, it's more of how wet the soil is and when you are going to water it. Oh, and I need to add this to all my Calathea, Stromanthes, everything you have seen now, and we'll see you next. I have watered them the similar kind of regime as my Cattleyas and Vandas. So they are getting the same. So if you are wondering what to give to them, give that. And the composition, the media which I'm growing it in, it has cocoa coir, and then it has perlite, and then there is orchid bark inside of it. And sometimes if it's like I have made some orchid potting mix which has moss in it, there might be also moss. But if I don't have it like available or something extra which I don't know where to put it, I'll just put like bark, cocoa coir and perlite. So that's the composition. And I have actually quite a lot of perlite and bark inside of there. The reason why the bigger one looks like there's that much more coir in it. It's because I didn't mix it, so I put it put a little bit too little, or mixed a little bit too little of it, so I just put coir above and let it sink in. So at some point it's going to mix with the others. Oh, and I have also slow release fertilizer in there, some trickled. So yeah, I'm giving them quite a lot of nutritions as well. Okay, second to last, the next one, just a sec. Got it to fit to my frame. So this one, it's Alocasia Stingray. You might know, and you might recognize it because of the way the leaf looks like, so that's the name. So there is a pop which I didn't want to actually take off because it was still attached to it, so I didn't want to mess with it. And I repotted it recently, and this is the reason why it doesn't look that good. It's like it's sulking. The leaves are curled because it came to me while it was pushing out new one, and this one, the other one was furling just now. So it's been set back few times already during time with me. So yeah, I'm just going to give it time to recover and fix it, and I'll show you what happens when you repot it and it's already stressed out plant and it hasn't yet gotten that familiar with the environment and all. So just a second, I'll bring it forward. See that new leaf right there? Yeah, it's aborted. It didn't, I'm not even sure will it going to be like growing all the way up so that I could actually get one more leaf, because it's, well, I think Kelly Allen said that it's 9 miles with this, so you get the one shot with the leaf, and I blew it with this one. So let's see, I have the pop, so if the mother plant don't want to actually bounce back, at least I have that one to fall down to. But yeah, I really like these leaves. Just getting to know each other. I'm keeping it next to the window, getting some light with my cuprea, and let's see how it goes. So this is Alocasia Stingray, and look at that. Oh my gosh, this. That it looks like a snake or something, how those, it's mottled from the stem. So yeah, it looks really amazing. Highly recommend Calathea. Alocasias. Okay, moving to the next one. I have the long day behind me. Okay, I almost forgot. Sorry about the lighting again. I'm apologizing it all the time, but I almost forgot to tell you that when they are putting new leaf, Alocasias, I mean, these two here, there's one, ignore it. So anyway, when they are pushing new leaves, I actually don't let them go all the way to the dry side, so I'm trying to keep it at 3 or more when I'm watering it, while it's pushing new leaf, while it's putting out inflorescence or anything like that. Don't let it dry. So that's one of the reasons. Now I actually need to water my stingray because it's just on the 3. So the number 3 there. Okay, just added it there. Sorry, this is handheld. Moving along. Okay, this thing, it's Marantha leuconera. It's the, don't remember what variety it was, but I'll post everything underneath like I usually do. So basically it's like growing all directions. I might actually cut it back, propagate it and make it more full in the pot. I haven't repotted it yet, but I actually have to do it soon because you... Wait a second, I'll show you. You might have already seen those leaves, but they are curled back. Sorry about the light. So there is something wrong with this strand. I'm suspecting there is some sort of issues with the root system. So I really need to take it out of its pot and see what's wrong with it. When it does that, there is something is really awfully wrong. Just a second. So this one, it's a prayer plant. As you can see, it's the easiest one you can actually find. Many people have this. I like its leaves, even though it's something which is quite common, but it's so easy to grow. After the Calatheas and all this going drama and Alocasias and their drama, it's so nice to have something which is doing good. Well, not now, but yeah, I'll fix that soon. But yeah, this is like, it has flowered to this summer, so it was doing quite good. It flowered from these two strands. Yeah, there's my finger. So yeah, those were flowering at some point, and now they're pushing on new leaves. I think I would actually prefer this to be hanging from the ceiling or something, so I might actually fix its abundance. I don't even have decorative pot for it, so it's still in the nursery pot and I only have that plate underneath it. But yeah, that's about it. That's my Marantha. Doing stuff, just chilling, trying not to kill itself. But yeah, so these were all these plants. Don't know if they go into same category, but I think they were. I need to check. I might pop something underneath and write it down. This was more relaxed ad hoc video, so I didn't do any research or anything like that. I just wanted to go through what I have, how they are doing, what I'm doing with them, and to give you something to, well, compare to if you want to learn something new and you might want to have these plants, or you have them and you want to see how others are growing them. Well, yeah, that's about it. Thank you again for watching, and I think it's time for the outro.